you can hear me, Michelle, I'm so sorry. I have tried different things. So this episode is going to be right on my YouTube channel, which is His Grocery Signs. And I know usually YouTube doesn't have a problem with sounds. So just putting it out there if in case later on you want to come back to it. All right, the notification went out. All right, so I am using a Dollar Tree little frame, and this is one of those what do you call this? Kind of like a shadow box kind of frame. Thank you for those that are joining us today. So this is one of those MDF shadow box kind of frames. I went ahead and put some Elmer's liquid glue. I did not paint it. This is the same way that I'm using it. Should you have something else, I will recommend that you go ahead and, because the finishing that I want to give it, I thank you for sprinkling, friend. The finish that I want to give this is going to be, we're going to take the black that is already here to use it as a form of a base. So I added the liquid glue. Now, this liquid glue is doing two things. It's going to help us give this a crackle finish onto this paint, but it also going to be helping us in the sense that it's going to kind of create like a seal so that our paint, so that our, not paint, but you know what, I am going to put some, no, I'm not going to put some in the middle, so that our paint will adhere better and it's not going to kind of bubble on us. So now, thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, I am so sorry, and I really truly apologize. I wish that sometimes Facebook would give us a heads up, you know, but we never know when things are going to happen, and we never know when, you know, when things are just going to go haywire on Facebook. But as I said, there's, as an option, you will have my in the description box, you will find a link to my Facebook. If you want to my YouTube, if you want to check that out, I am simultaneously live on YouTube. All right, so those that are joining us on YouTube, welcome. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe, follow right before you head out. All right, so we don't want to dry this liquid glue completely. Right when it's kind of tacky, we're going, thank you for those that are coming in on YouTube. Right when this is kind of tacky, now we're going to go ahead and put our paint. All right, so as I said, I don't want to dry this all the way. Now, our paint here is going to be a little bit of a mixture. So I'm going to get my little paper. Like using just this heavy papers to kind of mix my paint, because then I could just throw them away. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some regular Snow White. Hola, ma, buenas noches, gracias. Tengo problemas con el audio. My mother is here and speaking Spanish with her. Thank you for those that are joining here. I see Colton, how are you? Thank you for those that are joining. Victor Herrera, how are you? Thank you for being here. My name is Maureen, and I love creating homemade handmade decor. Handmade home decor. There you go. And always with a budget friendly, and always with a little elegance into it. All right, so now I'm going to be mixing what it is kind of like a little bit of a beige color. So this is kind of like a little bit of a beige color here, and which is Beachcombers by Apple Barrel. That's the one that I'm using. Gonna get me a bigger brush. So this is Beachcomber by Apple Barrel that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to mix in that with my white. I want a little bit more of like an antique white, and I am out of it. I do not have any antique white paint right now with me. So this is the next best thing. Mary Snyder, how are you? Did I say hello to you, my friend? All right, so it looks good. I think I wanted a little bit more white. So we're going to mix that in. And these are all acrylic paints that I'm using right now. So if you're joining me right now today through YouTube, I so appreciate if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. It costs you nothing, probably like, you know, microseconds, but it means so much to me, helps quite a lot in the algorithm. All right, so now we're going to be using this color, which is a little bit more of a kind of like an antique white kind of color. If you have that at home, go for it. Now, remember, we already added some liquid Elmer's liquid glue, plain and simple, to this MDF shadow box from the Dollar Tree that came with a black background. If yours does not have a black background, paint it black, so that way once you do the crackle effect, then you will be able to see the black underneath. So with crackle, you're going to saturate your brush with a lot of paint, and you're going to start coming directly and start just painting. Try not to go back and forth. So that's why it's good to kind of have a lot of paint. But if you start going back and forth, you kind of will be destroying the effect of your potential crackle. So going to start from the top to the bottom. And we do want a full coverage. But what I'm trying to say, don't be going back and forth. Just try to kind of stay in the same direction. Drag your brush. Just get it nice and soaked with your paint. And there you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring it to the other side. And I apologize for those that are joining us through Facebook. And I'm sounding low. I'm really having a volume issue today. Sound issue. Just technical difficulties that at this point I just can't fix. All right. So here it is. And I'm already starting to see the crack. I'm going to come around just the sides. And cover that. Now, in case you're wondering what I'm making, what is the idea? What is it that the plan is? The plan is to make a wreath. Yes, I am sorry, Barbara. I'm really sorry. Today is one of those sound issues kind of day. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to raise my voice. Hello, hello. Thank you for those that are joining today. I'm trying to raise my voice here as much as I could without having to shout at you. All right, so I think I did it. I'm going to try to go ahead, and the crackle is happening right before our eyes. I do want to go ahead and get a little bit more coverage in the middle. In the middle, we're not putting any crackling. So I wanted to go ahead and do a little more coverage in the middle, just because I don't want it to crackle so much in the middle because I did not paint it. In the middle right now, it looks very neon green. So, yeah, the color is really nice, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of my beachcomber again. And I'm going to put some of my white. And I'm using just acrylic paints. You could also use some chalk paint, mineral paint, whatever you may have on hand. That will be a good coverage. So I'm going to mix those two again. I'm going to go over the middle part. Now remember, the middle part, I did not add any glue to the middle part. So I want to make sure that this middle, it is very well covered. I'm really only interested in my crackle on the edges. So that's what I'm going for. The rest of it, I really want it to be nice coverage. Okay, so it looks like we have accomplished just that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cover that, and I'm gonna come and bring it up to you so you guys can see just the crackle. Let me stop it and bring it up to you. Hold on. Can you see the crackle on the edges? No se te oye bien, estoy por YouTube. Estoy teniendo problemas de audio. So yeah, so then, see that? Sound is good on YouTube, says Cheryl. So I'm so sorry. So look at the beauty of the crackle here on the edges. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to just make it a little bit dry it up as quick as I can. Even though paint is always best to let it be. It's the best way to let it dry. But you know, we need to hurry it up. But because of that, it's helping to create even more crackles. And by the crackle, in case you not know what that is, it's just a kind of like, hi Cindy Clark. It's just the crackling, the wrinkling that is happening. So it looks like the paint cracks. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove some of the little drips. I'm having problem today with my sound on Facebook. YouTube is working great. So, and I am simultaneously being presented right now on YouTube. All right, so I hope you guys can see that. Okay. Ah, bueno, perfecto. All right, so now I'm gonna let this be. I'm gonna put this to the side. Just letting it be. Okay. Now we're gonna be working on, gonna put this on the side here. Put that in my bucket. I'm gonna put this here. Now I'm gonna be working on my paste. This is the modeling paste that I'm going to be using, okay? And this is just very smooth modeling paste. Hello, Miss Linda. I gotta send you that. I'm going to be sending you that text, that message. But thank you for coming in, honey. So now, by the way, Linda's from, oh goodness, Something's Creations. Oh, Miss Linda, I forgot your name. Can you believe this? Oh, what an awful friend. What an awful friend. I forgot your name, your business name. I feel awful. Hearts Creations. Oh my gosh, I forgot your name. So sorry. One of these days I'll get it right. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the modeling paste, and we're going to put it in sections. So we're going to be doing 3 different piles here. Okay, and my modeling paste is coming to an end, so I'm definitely need to buy a new one. There we go. And I'm going to be using some green, just making sure that we kind of have more or less even colors on each little pile. You know, like each little pile have the same amount, more or less. Circle hearts. Oh gosh. Circle hearts creation. I feel awful. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take some antique green. I also have some ivy green. I'm gonna put those in different ones, and the third one I'm gonna barely put any color. So this one is going to be the ivy green. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that in. We're going to create 3 different types of green, three different shades or tones, different tones. That will be the best way. So this one looks really light. I'll put just a little bit more. This one looks really nice and light, kind of like a mossy kind of color, like a light moss. And what we're going to create are just different types or different tones of holly leaves. So, see that? It's very, very light. Now, the next one, we're going to go much deeper. I got my modeling paste just from Amazon. Um, this is the one that I got. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. Okay, so I know it's by Montmartre. So this is the one that I'm using today, modeling paste. This one, I did add a lot more paint to this. And this is the English Ivy green that I'm using. So it's going to be a lot more, a lot darker, you're going to see the color. It's going to be beautiful. And there is the same color, the same paint. Okay. So my last one here, I'm going to go ahead and move this to the side. My very last one here, I am going to change it up. And this one is the Antique Green by Folkart. And this one is going to be a chalk paint, but it's going to be a much deeper, brighter tone of green. And we want very vibrant color for this one. So that way we want all the differences in colors. Jennifer, how are you? Thank you for all those hearts on YouTube. Don't forget, guys, my YouTube link is right available on my here on this link, as well as the links to join Craft from the Clock. And for all of our creators that are just jumping in, please be sure that you follow them. Okay, this one is nice. I want it darker. I really do want it darker. So I'm going to make that a little darker. I'm going to go ahead and see if I could add a little hint of brown. And that will darken it up just a slightly more. Okay. There we go. All right. So now we have, look at the different colors that we have in our made up palette. So, and this is modeling paste. Yeah. Now, our modeling paste is going to dry up really nicely. It's going to have that texture. It's going to hold the shape. And it already has a little bit, I guess, of glue in it. So you don't have to worry about sliding down, you know, and all of that. All right, so now we're going to come back to our previously painted crackle paint. And this was MDF board. It's kind of like a shadow box that I got from the Dollar Tree. It was already black. I added, just to recap, I added the liquid glue, especially on the edges. So if you could see the edges in the middle, I did not want any liquid glue because it was a neon color. We don't want to show that. So so it's gonna see that. But we're going to be making a holly wreath. How is that a holly wreath gonna look? It's gonna be, we're gonna be using a palette knife. And let me make sure that I got my palette knife. So we have different ones here. You see, for my metal one. Hold on. Probably did not wash my metal one. Hold on a second. Is it here? Okay, here it is. So here is one of the metal ones, just like this. See how thin it is? Here is another different size. So I'm going to show you all of these palette knives that will be available. Just make sure. See that? Each one is going to give you a different finish. Each one is going to give you a different look. If you don't have a palette knife, these are very inexpensive. However, if you don't want to invest in a palette knife and want to kind of create something like this, that's fine. You are going to be using a regular butter knife. Thought I have one around here, but a regular butter knife will do. Sometimes even a smaller spoon. Oh, this is the one I was looking for. Here you go. See? So sometimes even a different spoon will do. Sometimes kind of like the back of a spoon will give you that effect. So think about different things that is going to give you that look. Okay, so I'm going to begin by bringing my darkest color here. And let's go ahead and start working on our paste. So to do our paste, I'm going to go ahead and put my paint back. I'm going to push it back. I'm going to push it back. Okay. I'm going to clean up my, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. Little by little, watch this. I'm going to see if I can see. Little by little, you're going to come and start bringing a little bit in, to start kind of creating a little bit on your palette. Okay. Now you're going to come around, and I could see here already kind of like the circular motion that I'm going to follow. Okay, the crackle is wonderful, isn't it, Natalie? So I could see the circular shape here in the middle. I'm going to follow that, and I'm going to take the tip of my palette knife, and I'm going to come and deposit that just like that. See that? I'm going to show you in an angle. See that? Trying to show you in an angle as well. So I'm going to follow that. I'm going to come back. Going to remove. I'm going to come back and start getting little bits at a time until you have just enough on there. Okay. So I'm going to come back, and I'm going to now kind of do it in a crisscross kind of way. Going to go in the opposite direction. So the next one I'm going to start going crisscross. I'm going to go ahead and continue getting little bits on my palette knife. Come back and get little bits. That was too much. Hold on. I'm going to come back in a crisscross motion. Now, for the other leaves, we will be using the other palette knives, so that way we could have different shapes as well. Thank you for the 5 stars, Melissa. How are you? Yes, Dollar Tree has them, and that's where I bought my first set. I'm gonna go this way. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes, that is where I bought my first set. Now, when I'm putting it, I'm not resting the entire, you see how palette knife is really, really long? I'm not resting my entire palette knife on there. So I'm just kind of hitting it in an angle, kind of like at a 45-degree angle, and then just hitting it with the front, the top part of my palette knife. There we go. So notice that I did try to follow a circular motion or circular shape. Hello, Miss Amanda, how are you? Thanks for the hearts and for all those high fives. Okay, so here it is. We got the shape. We got our crackle. Right, now let's go ahead and go with our second palette knife. This one has more of a rounded edge. See the rounded tip? And we're going to, again, when you do that, no, this palette knives, these are from the Dollar Tree, and it comes in a pack, I want to say 5 of them for $1.25 or $1.50, whatever price they're charging us now, right? But look at this ones, see how flexible they are? You kind of want that. Notice that this one will be not flexible. It's a metal one. It's going to stick like that. See, no bend. But this one that is flexible, you're going to use it on your in your favor, because you're going to only hit it on the top. See, you're only hitting the tip. See that? So you're going to like deposit your bottling paste on there and kind of just hit it on the tip. So you're gonna deposit your bottling paste on the tip of the palette knife, and you're going to deposit just like this, and use that bend to your advantage. So now I'm going to go ahead and go with my lightest color. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead in the same motion. I'm gonna go ahead and try to only use the tip to bring my, and only put my modeling paste on the tip. This one has more. I wanted to pop more. So we're kind of working from the back to the front. So I'm going to follow again, same motion. These ones are going to be kind of like the younger leaves, so I want them to be a little bit smaller. So we're gonna continue working on the circular shape. And if it mixes in with the other color, that's fine, because then it creates yet a fourth color that we didn't have in our palette. So let me know in the comments, have you worked with modeling paste before? Does this look intimidating to you? It did to me at the beginning, so do not feel bad. But the hardest part of this is buying it, is committing to it. To be honest with you, that is the hardest part. And look at that. See that? And wait until we do yet another color. And because it's paste, if you make a mistake, hi B, how are you, my friend? If you make a mistake, remove it. Take your little spatula, clean it up, and wipe it off. Because it's not dried. It's gonna take a minute before it starts drying. So we have gone completely across now. I'm gonna clean this up, wipe it down. And now I'm gonna go ahead and go with my middle one. The middle one has the see how it's much narrow on the tip. Okay. And now with this one, we're going to get that middle color, which is that mossy color. I'm gonna go ahead and flatten it, go ahead and charge it up. Now, and we're going to come, especially wherever you see that you need something else. With this one, what I want to do is that I want paste on both sides. So I'm going to show you the kind of like the difference in the way that I'm going to be getting it. So I'm going to both put some on this side, and I'm going to come and change it and put some on this side. So here we go. I'm going to show you. I'm going to go ahead. I know it's very messy, so okay. I'm gonna take it away. So I'm gonna put some on my palette knife. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put some. Just press it down and spread it around flat on your surface. You're gonna come sideways just like this, and you're gonna come and get some from one end, and I'm gonna flip it over and get some from the other end. So now that means that both, see that? And that makes that little V, upside down V, on your palette. And you're gonna come and bring it in. And that gives you the nice long kind of leaf. I'm gonna show you in a second. Let me go ahead and do one more. See the longer strokes? See, we can start seeing the third color. We have longer strokes. What time is it? I don't even know. 4 minutes? 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes left. And I'm not sure if we have another crafter coming after us. But just want to let you know that our entire top beginning to end episode here of this craft will be available to you on my YouTube channel. So step there, go in there and check on His Girls Designs on YouTube. And I hope that while you're there, you may subscribe as well. Now, because this is a holly wreath, we're going to add some berries. So try it. If you have ever baked a cake or decorated a cake, it's very, very similar to it. The paste is very smooth, by the way, just kind of like icing. It's very smooth, so it doesn't give your hand any issues. So if you kind of suffer from arthritis, something, issues like that, it's not going to give your hand any issues whatsoever. Okay, I noticed that here I went in the same direction, so I'm going to go ahead and fix that in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and come back with my darker color, because in some points I do notice that it is a little bit it has the same coloring or tones. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring those tones. I really want them to look different. And by the way, guys, I've just been learning as I go. Just practice getting it wrong. Practice again. Get it semi-right. Practice again. And that's how it goes. Now, if you were with me on Saturday, I got very mad at myself. So I haven't finished a product. I haven't finished one painting because I'm like, I got really, really kind of mad. All right, so here's a little holly. Notice how this side got more crackle than this side. I wonder why. Don't know. But now, what I'm going to do is that I have just a little tiny bit here. Iris, how are you? Pretty colors. Thank you. I know I'm having sound issues. I'm really having sound issues today. I'm going to take a little tiny bit, just the tiniest little bit. I'll come and get my little knife. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get a tiny little bit. And we're going to go ahead and add some red. Rojo. That's how you say red in Spanish. And I'm using some barn red, which is kind of like a nice bright red, but it's also a little muted. So it's not super duper red, super, super bright. It's kind of like has kind of like a chalky color. I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of my modeling paste because we're only going to give it some berries. If you'd like it, you know, darker, brighter, go for it. I hope you, my idea is that you need to try this. You really need to try this. I'm going to borrow some green. You really need to try this, okay? All right. So I'm going to use my other tip. Well, actually, I should use the same one. And I'm going to go ahead and drop them. You know what? That looks like plum, and I don't want them to look like plum. I think I might go ahead and get my red. Give me 1 second. Let me grab my red. And this is flag red. So bright red. My other one, it looks a little bit, you guys, when I did it with the red, with the white, it looks a little bit too plummy. So I want it a little brighter. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some paste from here. So I can mix that in. Now at this point, you could use some type of bag, might be the easiest point, and drop your circles, your round berries as you want them. So I'm gonna go ahead and try without doing it without a bag. Let me see, do I have a bag? I used to have extra baggies around, but I'm not sure if I have used them all. Probably have. Probably have. Trying to see. I did wash this one. Let's see if I could just get a little tiny bit in here and just get my berries. These are from just from the Dollar Tree, from the cake section. Hope it works because it's very little amount. But here goes nothing. Let's see if it works. Why not? As I said, it's a small amount. Let's give it a try. Might be pushing it. Bad move. Bad move, you guys. I did not a good thing. Bad move. I just don't have enough of it. Ugh. Bad move. I just don't want to. All right, let's see if we could do without it. Let's see. So all I want to do is I want to be able to drop a little bit of a holly. That kind of works. Just feel like I'm doing extra work for nothing, you know? I'm still not crazy about the color. I think it should be brighter. But at this point, it's already done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until it dries so that we could kind of give it a hint on the top of the brighter color of the holly. I'm sorry, of the berries. Trying to make them as circular, rounded as possible. And I think I got some that just fell on where I not wanted. So I still have a little bit of my beige. I'm gonna come back and put some beige on there, because some fell where it was not wanted. Okay, so I think we did it, and I think it's perfect time because it's time to say goodbye. Have a mess here, so I apologize. But look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this. Y'all, this was just modeling paste on paint and something from the Dollar Tree. Kathleen, thank you. No worries. I'm having sound issues, by the way. Now, on the flat piece here in the middle, I did see someone that's selling it on Etsy with something that says joy or, you know, peace or Noel, things like that. So I kind of thought that was really cute. I may want to try it. Not sure if I will, but yeah. All right. So give it a try. I hope there's many of these on, as I said, online. So check it out. Put modeling paste holly and see what comes up. And then, so you kind of like to get your brain going. So, but I hope that you have enjoyed this. I hope that you have loved this. You like the red? Oh, thank you, B. Hi. All right. So I hope that you guys had a good night. I'm sorry that I've been out this whole week. To be honest with you, that whole Charlie Kirk kind of hit me hard. I think it was probably because, I feel like once one part of your body is hurting, I think every part of your body kind of hurts. And at the end of the day, he was a brother in Christ. And, it hurts. It hurts. So, anyway, so that's why I just got to be pretty low. But the life goes on, and Lord is good, and Lord is still sitting on his throne. So, we'll move on. May God bless you. May God keep you. Make his face shine upon you. May God grant you his peace. And you have a beautiful weekend. And tomorrow you have a fun Friday here on Craft on the Clock. So I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to follow and subscribe before you head out, and give it a thumbs up if you really love this. Thank you for sharing as well. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, you all. Love you all. Adios.